Once again, Super Sports Saturday continues from the Minnesota Motor Company. Tom Ubis is here, our world traveler. Tom Ubis to talk about the girls' swimming and diving course. How was the swimming up in Alaska? You get any time there? And
you know, they have an opening up there.
Oh, really? Well, we don't want to see you go. We really don't. Tom, glad.
They fly a lot. It's unbelievable. They on the Kodiak Island, man. You don't drive much.
I was going to say they probably have some pretty fast swimmers up there with the polar bears chasing them in the water like that.
I think the bears would do a good job.
I think so too. Hey, well, you're here again to talk about the girls swimming and diving team, and well, tell me about what's been going on now. I believe you guys did very well this past week, beating Willmar.
You know, the Willmar meet is always a great meet for us, regardless of the score, because we get along so great with the team and the coaches. And so, being a home meet, our first home meet in the Kennedy Secondary School, it was just really nice how well the girls performed. You know, and it's nice to take first places, or of course the score is nice to win the meet point wise. But we just saw so many positive things from this team, and it's like everything. Every year is a new year. You try and figure out, what can you do, and how can we move you here, and what challenges can we make for you as an individual, and so I was just taking notes on the side, kind of watching the whole thing, and I'm very excited after the meeting. I told the girls, I said, what's really neat is to see the possibility and potential we have of moving a few people around and seeing what they can do. And we are very fortunate this year, of course, to have a solid nucleus of some talent. Heidi Buzak can swim anything, and we've used her in the 500 and the 200 freestyle, which basically are best events are the 50 and the 100, and that's nobody's surprise. We had to put her in that particular event because we needed somebody to really step up and win those events. And same thing for Susie Kitson. We can put her anywhere, and she probably will be swimming a lot of different events too. But recently she's been swimming the 200 IM and the 100 butterfly, those two her specialties. Taylor Monk, the same thing. Taylor swims the 50 and the 100 breaststroke for us right now, but Taylor might be swimming the 200 freestyle. So we have lots of variety. And then the younger kids, we're trying to figure out where can we move you to see where you could really find another event, or maybe find a new event that you're actually better in.
Tom, are there some events in the conference as a whole that are weaker than others as far as depth or top quality? I'm thinking of your team trying to fill those spots in the 200 and the 500, different people who swim out of their regular area, their comfort zone. Is that a situation that we see prevalent in the conference?
Well, we're still early, so we're not quite sure, but there probably are. I think the IM's going to look really solid this year in our conference, and that's just a general comment. The 50 freestyle, we've already been solid. Right now, in the 2 and the 5, we have one of the best swimmers probably almost in the nation, to be honest with you. Marissa Woods out of Sartell. She's unbelievable. But, it's anything can open up. And, what we do, and that's a really good question, we run two different types of lineups here. We run what's called a meet lineup with the object to see if we can outscore our opponent. And that lineup is totally different than a section or state lineup or even a conference CLC lineup. That's where we take the swimmer, we put them in their very best event to score the best points they can, regardless of how well the team does. And so we actually work two different lineups. And we're going to go to Minneapolis South in about 2 weeks. That meet at the University of Minnesota Aquatic Center will be totally set up for the state. And we're going to put kids in their state event. So like Heidi Wilson, the 50 free and the 100 free. And we may only have one person in the 500 and 200. And that's fine. And that's how we'll do it. But we're basically going to set that up for individual success as well as the team.
You do a lot of comparisons, don't you, when you're making a lineup for a specific dual meet, trying to match up swimmers, and where do you have the best chance to score against a certain team? Is the number crunching as a coach still one of the biggest challenges for you, or one of the things you enjoy about the preparing for a meet?
Yes, I think so. Last year for the boys' season was a good example. Maybe we're almost a parallel with the boys here because we had to move people around all the time to do well. And I think this year, because of the type of chemistry we have on our team, we have to really, we, Coach Monk and myself, we really have to spend time looking and seeing where our opponents have coming in, what they can do, and then see where we can take advantage of it. And that becomes more critical. We're fortunate we do get times from other teams. We do use, we have CLC times from last year that we can kind of pick up on and kind of figure out and predict where these kids might be. But again, it's really how well you do that particular night. And this is high school sports, so anything can happen.
You've been so strong. We talk about this, I know we did the other day in your relays at the start and the end of the meet, the 200 medley relay, and then the 400 freestyle to end it. What I was noticing, and I'm wondering how this will play out as the season goes on, but your B relays in those events, do you have the depth where your B relays are going to score some good points for you and help you win a lot of meets?
Well, that's a great question. I was already thinking about this. In the meet on Thursday, in the medley relay particularly, we took first and third. And our B medley relay is a pretty good relay. Well, what we might do is we might actually take somebody from our A relay, and we call it mix and match, and give our B relays a little bit more power and see if we could take 1, 2 if we needed to in an event. Or let's say we really need that third place, as an example, and we know it can take the first by, say, 3 seconds. We'll move somebody out of there and see if we can't guarantee that third place. So there's going to be some movement.
You're like a mad scientist.
A lot of strategy.
You're mixing those players, and hopefully something will happen,
Well, that's what you have to do, and anytime you can do an element of surprise, but you have to be very careful, too, because you don't want to tweak something that could backfire on you. And so it's a very delicate thing. But we might, in a situation where there's a meet where it can be a little bit of an underdog, we might tweak a few things and see if we can't come out ahead.
Yeah, take some risks there against Brainerd or somebody, right? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Is Brainerd tough again in the CLC? Are they down a little?
The thing about Brainerd is that they reload so well because they have tremendous numbers. I mean, I think he probably has about 70 out for the sport. You can do a lot with a lot of kids, and they're well conditioned. And he's a very good coach, and so we always have a lot of respect for Brainerd, and plus the reputation. Brainerd is a whole school that looks at excellence and wanting to do it right, and they certainly have had a history of that. So we've always looked at Brainerd, regardless of what their depth looks like or what their quality of swimmers are, they're going to be very competitive. I think Sartell, I would think, would be very, very good this year, unless they've had some people move out of their system or else they've had some injuries. But they look like, they won state last year, state A, and they're coming back with a lot of kids, so we'll see what happens.
A good conference win over Willmar the other night. What were some of the top performances for you from that meet?
Well, of course, Heidi won the 2 and the 5, and that was really important. Plus relays. Susie Kitzman, these are our tri-captains, or our captains, had a really good I thought our fly was really looking pretty good. Her IM is getting there, and that's a solid event. And, of course, relays. Sophie Carlson is, we've been putting her in the freestyle. She swam the medley relay and the 200 freestyle, and then she swam the 100 free. She won the 100 free, and then she had normally she swims backstroke for us. She's a very good backstroker, but we were pretty deep in the backstroke right now, and we had to move 2 people around. So we put Sophie there, and she's done just a great job in the 400 free relay. Taylor Monk won the 50 and 100 breaststroke for us, and I just thought that was a really solid race for her, and she's a very fast young girl. And then we also had Rachel Epper win diving, which I was really happy for. Mike Hartwell is our diving coach this year for the girls, and Michael does such a good job of working with the talent, and I think she's going to have a very good diving career as well. She's a very good swimmer. She can swim IM for us. She's got, I think, the 4th fastest 50 split for us right now, so she can be in a 23 relay. She can move all over the place. She's definitely an athlete. But then we had Ann Childs, who's a 9th grader, and did very good, she's a sophomore, and did very well in the 50 and the 100 freestyle. I think it's about her best meet I've ever seen her swim in. Abby Fisher, of course, who's a 9th grader, is in very well in relays, as well as the 100 backstroke, and Abby can swim anything to her IM, and very solid performer.
You talked about Rachel Appert being a diver and competing in swimming events. Is that more and more common? Or I know we've not had many divers do that, have we?
No, it's been a long time, and I know I should know the name of this person that did, because we actually had a person who actually dove and swam fly for us.
Did Sarah Lambert do both? Or?
Yeah, I think so. I think you're right. And but no, it's not common. But it's nice, and Rachel loves to train. I mean, this is an interesting young girl. She actually swims very hard for 2 hours. She has a quick little lunch or dinner on the deck, and then she dives for an hour. A lot of kids couldn't do that, and she just does it, and it's not a big deal to her. And so and we're very, very fortunate to have her on our team. We're hoping to have a few more divers come in, and we've been kind of promoting it, and we'll see. But we definitely have a very good coach.
Yeah, and that was great to have Mike agree to do that too for both the girls and the boys season.
Well, here's the nuts and bolts of that is I said to Michael during the summer because we couldn't find anybody. I said, well, and I'm really sincere about this. I said, well, I'll coach diving. I mean, because I'm not going to give up an event. I will not give up 13 points. So I don't know. We'll probably have Jeff on the board there.
No. My coaching would be make sure you hit the water.
Yeah, that'd be good.
But yeah.
Well, I think I could have him hit the water. I don't know what kind of splash we'd have.
Cannonball coming. There you go. Yeah.
Well, this week, just the one meet, the Thursday meet. That's a good pace early in the year.
Love it.
Yeah.
You know, we actually could have at least 4 more meets, and we just opt not to. We really like practice. Practice is important to us, and so we're very comfortable with just Thursday meets, and so we probably will try to go to True Team, which is in Bemidji, I think, and that's not on our schedule yet, but we'll probably go this year, and so that'd be like an additional meet. But otherwise, we're very comfortable where we are meet-wise.
How about the Flyers on Thursday night?
Greatly, a good coach. We think that they're going to be a nice, probably just like Willmar, and I don't know what his numbers are like, but we had a really good meet against them last year at Little Falls, and it used to be you go on, you could change your lap around a little bit because it's a little bit lighter, but they have a very good coach who trains them very hard, and he expects a lot of the kids, and the kids know that he cares, and once you get coaches like that, you get numbers. And so he's done very, very well, and we expect a very good meet.
Outstanding. That's at home again?
It's at home. We're going to move a few people around. We just have to try this. I hope it won't tweak us where the score will be different, but I think we can make a few movements because we just want to see what we can do, especially when we have other meets like Sartell or Braid or where else we're coming.
I bet the kids are really enjoying the path to the pool these days as opposed to what you had to deal with last year, getting to the pool to practice and meet.
It's a nice hallway.
Yes, isn't it?
They take a team of 100.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a nice setup. Exactly.
It is very nice.
All right. Well, good luck Thursday against Little
Falls. Thank you very
much.
Nice
win for the Otters.
Well, we're very, very happy, and thank you again for your support.
All right, Tom Ubis, the head coach of the Otter Girls swimming and diving team.